Hey, Shalom, it's your brother Jonathan. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Hakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say Shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters pursuing this truth and sincerity. All right, may the blessing and election be upon your house. Now, in 2019, the UN ran a military exercise called Crimson Contagion. Now, Crimson Contagion was an exercise simulating if a worldwide pestilence broke out. A couple months after that, you was locked in your house. Fast forward to 2025, the UN is running a military exercise simulating rolling blackouts, the grid going down. Past couple years, they've been releasing movies about the grid going down. The movie brings to mind the movie on Netflix that came out, Leave the World Behind. Now, imagine they orchestrate blackouts like that. By the third day, people are going to be losing their shit. People never fasted. You know what I mean? It's going to create the conditions of 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. And let's read it here in the GNT. And we're just flowing the spirit as we go. All right, so this is 2nd Esdras 15 and verse 14. Again in the GNT. It reads, "The world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near." Now, what have they been hinting to on the media outlets? On Esau's media outlets, right? Oh, we're vulnerable to cyber attacks from China and Russia, and they're setting up the play already. There's many angles he could come at this thing with, but we know for sure something's going to be orchestrated so that Jacob's trouble ensues, so that these conditions play out upon the earth. All right, and we're warning the believers so that they can be spiritually equipped, using their grace period. They can be spiritually equipped to deal with the trials that's going to come their way, and it's going to vary from believer to believer. All right, again, verse 14 from the top reads, "The world and the people in it are doomed." All right, the people that aren't going to be delivered. "The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves," and everybody is what? Everybody's arming up. Everybody's up in their defense systems. I'm doing air quotes. Everybody is, up in their missile systems. Everybody's aligning with the world power one way or the other. Things are getting ready to play out, man. Joel, the 3rd chapter. All right, now it goes on to say, "Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil." Yeah, people are divided on a bunch of issues. A bunch of issues that are distractions from the big picture. This devil trying to make slaves of the people, all right, by ushering in this digital society. Okay, people, get distracted by the trivial things that this devil throws out there on purpose, the psyops, like can Timmy be Sarah and all these. They throw those things out there and to get people worked up about. And of course, Timmy can't be Sarah, but the big picture is they're trying to strip you of your liberties more and more, gradually, more and more and more, so to the point to where the little nuances of your life are micromanaged by this devil. He wants complete and utter control. So, he'll mention, well, hey, we're not going to need people anymore. And men can no longer play women's sports. And you get dragged away with the little nuance. They throw Diddy out there. sweep Epstein out of the rug. Epstein, file's supposed to come out. Hey, look over there. Look what Diddy did. And everybody get distracted, But nobody's paying attention to the big picture things, which is this MOTB system coming into play. All right. And, the two-party system, just like back once upon a time, right? The plebeians and patricians that was used as a tool to, distract the people, sway the people. When one party wasn't doing what they thought they should do, they would put the other party in power, and then, the people would be appeased for a time or a term, and, they just do it all over again. Same thing happening today here in Babylon the Great. But that's a tool used to distract people from the real agenda, the real plan. But let's continue to read. There will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control. And there's going to be, because these people, they're so gung-ho about, these philosophies that this devil has put in front of them. They're not gung-ho about righteousness, but they're gung-ho about the philosophies that this devil has put in front of them. The Egyptian going to be against Egyptian. They're going to go to war with each other. It's going to be class wars, race wars. It's already a sex war. But continuing on. While ignoring the legitimate government. Let's read verse 16 again from the top. There will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. And it words it like that. But this government, even in itself, man, the Lord put them in power. But a lot of the things that they do and the decrees that they push is illegitimate. They don't even abide by their own standard that they set. All right, but going on to verse 17, it says what? There will no longer be free access to the city. It's going to be martial law. It's going to be checkpoints. All right. They want to tax carbon, your carbon. Your freedom of movement is going to be restricted. Your freedom of communication is going to be restricted. Again, they want to micromanage every facet of your life. They want to have complete down to the very things that you could say, the very thoughts that you could think. They want to micromanage. They want to be like the Most High, as the scriptures say. All right, verse 18 here. It says, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. Driven by famine and terrible suffering. All right, this is the time that people are going to be on. Driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. Every man for himself, the love of many waxing cold. These are the conditions that blackouts will bring. And the solution is going to be more AI, more connection to this artificial God that they're building up, more connection to his technology. And they're gonna roll out the carpet. There's people gonna be begging for it. Think about, a purge scenario that was going on for weeks because the grid is down. And the lights finally come back on and people done been through all this craziness. And they say, we could get some normalcy if you guys just take this money. People ain't even gonna think about it. Like, they ain't even gonna look at it like it's crazy. They're not gonna be thinking about, is this the market to be? They just gonna be like, man, anything to go back to normal, just to have a taste of what we once had. They're gonna perish. They're gonna choose the wrong side because of that lack of knowledge. And even the ones that do know and have heard, the prophets go into these things. If they're not built up in their faith, they're not gonna have the gumption to resist. They don't see any brightness in resisting. They don't see the benefits in resisting. They haven't used this grace period to build their faith up. They're really, for it to sink in their mind what's getting ready to play out and what the Lord's plans are. They don't know. So they're not going to be able to step out of the boat. Now they're not going to be able to step out on faith. You know what I'm saying? Right, so Abarazazah, the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises once more to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Urchah HaKodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I want to say shalom to all the brothers, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth with sincerity. All right, may the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.